Along with these disproven accusations of Elvis being a racist, there's been an ongoing discussion of Elvis's appropriation of black music and culture for himself. Upon his death in 1977, many newspapers were mourning the loss of the king of rock and roll. The Chicago Defender at the time had a different take. They stated, when Elvis Presley breathed his last breath and the press hailed him as the king of rock and roll, Old Man River cried out, "Nah, he ain't. My friend Chuck Berry is the king of rock." Presley was merely a prince who profited from the royal talent of a sovereign ruler vested with tremendous creativity. Had Berry been white, he could have rightly taken his throne and worn his crown well. To contrast this opinion, the godfather of soul James Brown stated, "I wasn't just a fan, I was his brother. Elvis and I are the only true American originals. There'll never be another like that soul brother." Despite some naysayers, Elvis would always pay tribute to the black performers that came before him. Commercially in the 1950s, Domino, Chuck Berry, and Elvis were the biggest rock artists of the decade. Elvis had a huge admiration for Domino. In a 1957 interview with Jet Magazine, Elvis stated, "A lot of people seem to think I started this business, but rock and roll was here a long time before I came along. Nobody can sing that music like black people. Let's face it, I can't sing it like Fats Domino can. I know that." Little Richard, in a 1990 interview, once stated, "I think that Elvis was more acceptable being white back in that period. I believe that if Elvis had been black, he wouldn't have been as big as he was. If I was white, do you know how huge I'd be? If I was white, I'd be able to sit on top of the White House. A lot of things that they would do for Elvis and Pat Boone, they wouldn't do for me."